Hey everybody, welcome back. We are probably actually going to keep this hand. I know this is another instance where Goyf would be the better creature. It's been a couple of those. A couple the other way. I don't know yet. I'm still up in the air. We're still thinking about this. Having the Goyf isn't the issue. We have the Goyf, so that takes away the financial aspect of it. Good thing drafts were going well for a while. But yeah, our opponent chose to play first. Let's give him the hello and good luck. Only customer. Do I really want to keep this? I don't know if I want to keep this. The more I look at it, the worse it gets. I mean, we have an act. It's like yes or no. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it. He kept it. I'm gonna keep it. This hand is interesting. You never find out what they're like until, oh god, that could be... Well, let's start off this way. We can't turn to this thing, but that's okay. If he goes show and tell, we're dropping this in, because if it's a Gristlebrand, he's going to get the cards out of it anyway. I guess it's the difference between end of turn and not end of turn. But if he's got it, he's got it. So, what are you going to do? Green or blue-red with a brainstorm. Bunch of different decks. I'm going to bet that this is probably a show and tell variant of some kind. Otherwise, it's TES, maybe Tin Fins, which we're not really set up to deal with Tin Fins right now. That deck is probably one of the better ones for us to end up against until post-board when he knows what we're playing. And that's just because we can deal with the graveyard shenanigans typically. Then again, the last time I played against it, I had 3 Shamans main. And that may have had something to do with it. And an Ooze, now that I think about it. Still, while that deck was in testing phases. I'm going to go ahead and F4. F4 is skip until they do something, so... If he passes a turn at this point, it just says I don't have anything else to do. If it does get back to my turn, I'm just going to play this fetch land, and... If he plays a Delver, I'll be super shocked, not socked. I might be socked, though I'm not wearing any. I think about it. Maybe I want to put on some socks. That might help. As you can hear the garbage truck outside. I'll stop fiddling with the monitor case. This is a case that I managed to physically destroy, so yeah. I don't know what's going on. Like, it seems like everybody's recording because everybody's clock is just like dwindling down. I don't know. Da, 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 da. So yeah, I'm still on the fence about this guy. It's not that he's a bad card. He's a very good card. He's been very good, and I was surprised at how strong he actually was in Legacy. A lot of cards are good just outside of Legacy, but very few of them are actually good in Legacy. And he has a purpose, which is what it is. I should stop calling it a he, because it's very clearly long hair, even though the broken... Okay, so it's a combo deck of some kind. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we're up against. Oh, yay! He's going to see this and be like, how are you 2-1? And in all honesty, I don't know. We can go ahead and Wasteland. I'm going to take his red source if he doesn't do anything with it. Then again, I take that back. I'm going to take his black source. If he's playing Jataxian Probe, I'm pretty sure that he's probably TES. Yeah, TES seems like a good call. Yeah, I'll buy TES. Why would he be TES? Doomsday! Doomsday! There we go! There's a stupid deck! DDFT! And we have 2 Wastelands, so let's just bam that thing in there. And then we'll go for the other one next turn. And move on with... I'm going to take out the other black source. I hope you guys are okay with that. I don't like him having the mana, and lucky for us, that deck actually does... Hey, what? You're in my upkeep, pal. Ah, good thing I wasn't planning on actually doing anything this turn. That being said, I'm still taking that one. So we got a value silence, just for the simple fact that we weren't planning on doing anything. And this turn we'll be able to Thoughtseize him and figure out what combo deck he is. Obviously he's Doomsday. All the black sources. Still might be TES, actually. I take it back. He could still be TES. But I'd be willing to bet that he's Doomsday. And at least we'll have something to kind of do there. We're going to get the Bayou. He can't. I don't think that he's going to be playing Blood Moon, so I'm not too worried about that. Also, I don't think he's going to be playing Wasteland. Gemstone. Alright. And we can get the Bob down next turn. This turn, I'd like to see what I'm up against. So, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Wow. That is a hand. Alright, so it is TES. Let's see. Storm count has to be 10. So next turn he would go off if we leave him the Lion's Eye Diamond. Because it's 2, play the land, play the pedal, 2, tutor, pop LED. So what's he going to do? Get Burning Wish for a discard spell? That wouldn't be a terrible idea. That would get it out of his hand and make it a little bit easier for him to go off. Otherwise, he might Burning Wish for something else. I'm not exactly sure what. Nonetheless, that's the pick. We got to get some damage in there. This is not a good matchup if we can't provide a clock. So, yeah. We need to do something about that. Good news is we are set to fight a Storm deck for a change. So he drew a land. Or no, that was in his hand. Let's see. That gives him Wish, Tutor, Lotus Petal, something? And a Knight. I'm going to take the Knight. Knight can transform some of these lands out into other things. I know Bob would be much better and more useful, but I need to cut down on his mana abilities. So, yeah. He could wish for a Death Mark if he's got one and just Death Mark this Knight. If he doesn't, well, we could still be in trouble. Active Knight also means that, well, let's see, we can blow up black land. That seems like a good call. This turn we're going to play Bob. I'm going to get rid of the plains. I have the Caracas. So I'm going to attack for 5 with Knight, maze it to untap it, so we need that step. And then activate, or play Bob, activate Knight, go get a Wasteland, the third and final Wasteland, keep that in mind, and blow up. And I think that's where we sit. Abrupt Decay. Change of Heart. So, bam, we'll 5 him. Let's see. Get in. Boom. Pseudo Vigilance, go. If he doesn't do anything, what we can do is we can turn this into a Plains next turn and win the game, or into a Forest next turn, because that'll be, yeah, that'll be enough damage, right? I think, maybe. Oh, I didn't want to give him this much time, but I don't think I've really had too much of a choice. Any Dark Ritual... Huh. I don't think that would do it. Really wish I had the Tabernacle in here. That would solve a lot of problems as well. If we can get him to blow his hand, that'll work. Lucky for us, he didn't really have anything. This was key. That should have been this. If that wasn't in his opening hand, it should have been the second card in the stack. That way he drew it this turn and could go off no matter what. So if he saw that with the Ponder, that was a mistake on his part. keeping him off of lands. I was hoping that he wouldn't have this many. That is a lot of lands. We know he's got the 5th in the form of the Petal. 2 of the cards are wishes, so that leaves 2 unknowns. Was a Scalding Tarn one of the known cards in that list? I think it was. No. Yeah, okay, so it was just this. So this was picked up. Has it been 3 turns? Petal, Wish, Wish, +2. That's the 3rd one. So that'd be the turn afterwards. Then we played the Knight. Now we played the Bob. It has been 3 turns. Okay. Postboard, this will get a lot more interesting since we have different things to do. Normally, I'd like to bring in the Golgari Charm. That would allow us to survive a Pyroclasm effect, but I think that we're going to need to apply the pressure first. And there's only so much that we can do. Okay, so here's the Petal. 1. Fetching. What you got for me? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the sacrifice is 10. Into a fetch land would have been 11, yeah. Rite of Flame, there's no other Rite of Flame in the yard, so no point. Chrome Mox. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Yep. Going for Burning Wish. What do you got? Into Diminishing Returns. That leaves him 1 open. I should have blown this up with the imprint trigger on the stack. That would have done it as well. So we no longer have lethal, but we don't have lethal one way or the other. He's got a ton of lands. This is going to get tricky. Choose a number of cards to draw 7. Okay. We have a Wasteland. We have another Wasteland. So we can play Wasteland, play Knight, and Wasteland. That's 2. This is not an ideal hand, by the way. How are we going to do this as far as all that jazz? So we can play Wasteland, shoot, attack for 5, which will put him at 5, untap Knight, play Knight, and keep Knight up? That seems terrible. He could have given this a go from 10 life, but that would have been pretty rough. Let's see, we can fetch. So 2 lands to the yard, that's 6, 7, it would be 8. Unless, let's think here. If we fetch Ponder. Okay, so he probably doesn't have it right now. We need to come up with 10 damage. So I need to +6 this guy. Let's see. So we fetch 1, go get Wasteland, 2, 3. On my turn, 4, 5. Dang it, that's 5. Dark Writ. He must have found it. LED. Oh, wait, what am I doing? God, that was terrible. I don't have a decay in my hand anymore. Let's just do that. Infernal Tutor, yep. Empty the Warrens. That should do it. Storm count should be high enough for a Tendrils just to straight out do it. What did he show? Oh wait, he doesn't have to show. Tendrils, okay. Concede. I'm not going to make him go through that. I just wanted to see a win condition. So we're up against TES. You're going to be terrible. You're going to be terrible. You're not terrible, but you're not great. These are not going to be necessary. The LED, yes. These would only stop mana abilities, which they can't stop. So those are going to be pointless. Pride Mage is going to be good. Pulses are going to be good. Liliana is going to be good. Top is going to be too slow. Let's see. We want Teague. We want the discard. We want the Thalia. The surgical extraction's not as important. So let's see. We shove that back over there. We have a full out and out. Converted mana cost. This is as good as we will get versus combo, as far as I can tell. We're up to 17 creatures. We need to be aware of the fact of what he's getting ready to do, and we know exactly what that is, so these would actually be better than this portion. Being able to regen will be more important than dealing a little bit of extra damage. We know he's going to try and either Pyroclasm or Grape Shot this off the table, and we need to be able to deal with that. So there we go. Would I like to play first? Yes, I'd like to play first. Would I like to keep this hand? Yes, I'd like to mulligan this hand. Would I like to keep this hand? Yes, I'd like to keep this hand. No, we're not going to mulligan to 5. I'm going to intro off with the Bayou, and what do we got? Tutor Snag Pebble. We got a hand of pretty much nothing. That's annoying. I forgot that this was a card. But you can regen from this too. 3 off that. He's not going to have to spend any 4 life on the first turn, or is he just going to putz around? Well, he can't do anything until he gets rid of that with that. So I think what I will end up doing, that's a 1-time use thing. That's a 3-time. I wish I could make him discard that. That would be awesome. Let's spread this out a little bit, make it a little bit easier to see. So let's see, what exactly does this hand do other than completely bone discard? So it has an answer fatigue and whatnot. He's got redundancy there. He's got 2 extra cards off the top and an Infernal Tutor. I think I just take the Tutor. I don't think that there's really much other choice. Hopefully he will follow the traditional pathing of thinking that, hey, look, we got to be careful. The enemy's coming. No, there's more discard. That's what I was hoping that he'd do, and he would drop the Petal. That way we could go, well, yay, thank you, gotcha, bang, and drop the Pride Mage, forcing him to blow that or decay. Wasteland would be awesome. Liliana will work for now. Let's go there and there. Should be able to start applying a little bit of damage. Okay. There's a second one. So he's gotten 4 cards that we'd have no clue of. Hopefully he's not going off here. I'd like to actually see Thalia. Thalia would have been awesome right here. Like if that had been a drawn Thalia. And if we get one now, I'm definitely still going to play it. That'll let me drop the Knight. He'll be forced to Abrupt Decay it, which he would need 1 more land for on back of the, whatchamacallit. From there, I could activate Knight, go get Wasteland, waste. So he knows we have the Lily now. I don't think he cares too much. So what's he putting back? Probably going to put back the Snag. And then one of the other cards, because Snag is just redundant at this point. He could go off, but I think he'll wait till next turn. Keep something for fodder in hand. Basically, like, it turns out to be a little bit better. We have a choice between this knight and the next card. We're going to be able to get in for 3. 3 damage isn't the greatest. Like, it'll put him to 13, where this deck typically takes about 8 to 10 damage from its going offs. Yeah, so I finished episode 1 of Legend of Korra, by the way. I'm watching it in the intermittent period of the rounds. And yeah, I do have to say, it isn't bad. The first episode was pretty good. The second episode is, they've introduced a love interest, or at least what I'm figuring is a love interest already. Usually I can tell these things, and Carolyn hates when we watch Big Bang Theory because I tell her everything that's going to happen in an episode in the first 10 minutes. Or 5 minutes, sorry. Episodes are only like half hour long anyway, and they're not very deep. Also, that has been referred to as blackface for nerds, because in reality, we're not like that. Let's be honest. And I hate that everybody is like, oh, I'm a nerd, I like this. And it's like, no, you're not. I did a report in 2nd grade about lightning, about how electricity charges change things, because I was interested in electricity. I learned all of the frickin' zodiac signs and everything else before the 5th grade. You get on my level of nerddom. Who taught me to play chess? I taught me to play chess. Who taught me how to write in DOS prompt code? Whatever format that actually is called. Basic, I don't care. I've done all of those things because of me. That's a nerd. Oh, I like watching this TV. You are not a nerd. I've been to Comic-Con. You may be a nerd. May. There are a lot of people now that just go to Comic-Con to actually dress up. And a lot of people that actually like dressing up like that. And honestly, me, I would cosplay if I ever got a chance to find a character that I felt was actually worth it. This must be the most intense brainstorm of all time. My God, I'm pretty sure that those hands on her face are probably like massaging her temples from this brainstorm. But if he's thinking this hard, he's probably got a possibility to win and is just determining whether or not he has it now as opposed to next turn. Also trying to figure out my plays, which should be pretty obvious that it's, I think we're going to have a go here. What you got? What you got? May have also been taking into consideration Thalia. That's a thing. I didn't think about that. So what if I don't play Liliana? Here's a mind game for you. I figured that he'd put back one of. But what are the possibilities? Okay, so he's pondering. He wants 2 cards out of that stack. Or does he want to shuffle? Top of library, top of library, top of library, and chooses to shuffle. Okay, so he didn't want any of those cards. That's an interesting thing there. Let's go ahead and just smash that down. I really wish it had been a wasteland, and I should have played the top and looked. So, here's the thing. Liliana will help him get hellbent, but will also start keeping his hand size in check. I don't think he's going to play more lands. So what do we do? Like, if we make him discard, and he kept 1 card to actually discard to Liliana, that's something. And it's something I'm willing to hedge on. Let's go ahead and take this gamble. Show me tuna salad. Don't be a wasteland, because I'll be pissed at myself. Ooh! You know who's upset right now? I'm upset right now. That should be dead. Not even looking at my computer screen. Am I on it? Yeah, I'm on it. Good. How far off was I? Okay, pedal. Come on. It's like I could have played top, looked, and still had discard up if I had it. Oh, don't lose this turn. Don't lose this turn. I will give up this knight to wasteland that land. Because we could have done that this turn. This part right here would not have even been a threat. If he's going to pop that, I'm going to let it go. I've already got it set for double wasteland and then fetch, which gives me Liliana, activate Liliana, wasteland you. Like, I'm pretty sure that his plan was to have me actually use Liliana as a thing. Like, what do you guys think? That's just what I think. Maybe I should be taking as long to actually make my plays, and I can make the right one. So I'm pretty sure whatever he's got in hand, he actually was planning on Liliana coming down so that he could have a little bit of extra time in order to, or have one less card in hand, and then be able to go Infernal Tutor, go get stuff, do stuff. Next turn we'll be able to eat the Gemstone Mine. Hopefully he does not draw a land, although TES plays a lot more lands than both Ant and, well, I guess Doomsday might play more, I don't know. But TES typically plays more lands than most of the other traditional Storm-based combo decks. I wonder if I fought beyond him. Not going to use that other phrase. That phrase is terrible, and I get so upset about it. I'm thinking. This is, by the way, a terrible matchup. We're as good versus combo as we're going to get, but that doesn't mean that we're all that good versus combo. Thorn of Amethyst should probably be used over Thalia. But if the decks really are bringing in a couple of Abrupt Decays and some bounce, then it really doesn't make a difference which one. Although being able to tax for multiples is more appealing. Maybe we'll do 2 Thalia and a Thorn. That doesn't seem that bad. You want to know what I think would be awesome versus Elves? Mesmeric Orb. Like, as long as they're not playing either a Progenitus or an Emrakul, you just completely ruin them. Oh, untap my guy. Okay, mill one. Dude, I am watching this clock tick, and it is driving me nuts. Alright, there we go. There's some activity. Alright, Rite of Flame. So we're going off. Infernal Tutor. Showing Rite of Flame. Okay, so is he going goblins? Rite of Flame. Please be going goblins. 4 Rite of Flames. LED. If you do anything else. Okay. Got black. How many spells is that? 1. Oh, there's ill-gotten gains. Yeesh. That's a problem. So yeah, I was right. He was planning on being able to discard that last card and go Infernal Tutor. Called it. He'd have discarded the Wish, gone Infernal Tutor. If I had done this right, we wouldn't be in this situation. We're going to get back all 3 cards. Alright. We have no graveyard. So misplayed, but at the same time not really important. Infernal Tutor again. I would love it if you went goblins, my friend. Burning Wish. Please go goblins. I just closed to see what he got. Alright, tendrils. So, punted. How big is this storm? Doesn't matter. Concede. Alright, so let's see what would have happened. We would have played this, still believing that that's the right choice. I should have done that anyway. This turn we would have untapped and been able to drop. At that point, Liliana would have been the better choice. And then drawn the second Wasteland, which I think I probably should have put this, put it as Wasteland, fetch, Wasteland. That would have given us the fetch. We would have lost the Knight, but we'd have picked up this, which would have given us the ability to keep this going and given us a fresh 3, so we could have shuffled that turn, looked probably, hopefully seen Teague or otherwise other stuff. Yeah. That is okay. We did this to ourselves, and called it. Alright, but that is the end of this daily. I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been Damionblackgear running you through all of this. And I will see you all again next time. Again, 2-2. And again, punting. Can't say for sure that we would have won this had we continued on this route. But knocking out this land definitely would have stripped that away. So, yeah. My bad. Bye-bye.